Hey guys, happy Tuesday, and we're going to be doing our Olympic lifts today, so we're going to be working on snatch work. This will be every 2 minutes for 6 sets. We're going to be doing a complex. Don't think about this like touch and go. You're going to reset. It's 3 snatches. The first one will be a power snatch. This is from the floor. All right, set yourself up. Power snatch. Okay, you can drop the bar from here if you want. The next 2 are going to be 2 full snatches. So you set up again. Drop the bar, and then do another snatch. So again, 3 total snatches. The first one is power, the last 2 are full snatches. Always on snatch day. If you have problems with an overhead squat, all 3 of these can be power snatches if you want, totally fine. Also, you can do cleans if you want. So if you don't want to go overhead, you can do the same thing into a clean, power clean plus 2 cleans if that feels better for you. And then for those that are learning, so those of you watching, they're just learning to snatch, we like to teach this movement from the hang position. So if the bar's on the ground, you can start by standing up with it first and then going from this position. So if you watch from the side, keeping your chest tall and just learning how to use your legs to drive that bar overhead. Okay? And just feeling it out from this position is a great way to learn. A step forward from there, you can do a power snatch. And then if you're just learning to do an overhead squat, do your best overhead squat. So if you saw there, I didn't go all the way down, and I'm just kind of learning as I get more comfortable. I can try to catch it in the squat. But the idea here is take good steps forward, good quality position where you can control, and just build on this every time you do the snatch. So that's a good way new athletes can approach this movement. So that's our strength for today, guys. Let's talk about conditioning. All right, guys, we have a fun conditioning for you. Some dumbbells. You're going to be in one spot for this whole workout. It's going to be 3 rounds of 12 hang dumbbell power cleans, 9 shoulder to overhead, and then 6 devil's press, 3 rounds through. So the whole thing is with a set of dumbbells, 3 movements, 3 rounds. Let's talk about each movement. The first one, 12 dumbbell hang power cleans. So you pick them up first, chest is tall, load back the hips, jump. Okay, typically on these, when you drop it into your next rep, you're going to use that energy of the dumbbells coming down to load into your next one. Remember to jump, okay? So use your legs from here, chest is up, and then I'm going to explode and try to bring that up to the shoulders. From here, if you feel good on your last rep, you'll go right into your shoulder to overhead. So shoulder to overhead means we're going to be using our legs, dip down, and drive up overhead. Dumbbells always want to kind of run away from you, so keep them squeezed tight. Get that good lockout. Really focus on your legs. If you need to get under a little bit, that's fine too. Okay, just make sure you stand up tall, good arms locked out. Okay, from here we're going to drop the dumbbells to the ground and finish off what's surely to be the worst part of the workout will be 6 devil's press. So devil's press is basically a burpee to start. So hands are on the dumbbells, you kick your feet back, lay on the ground, jump your feet back forward, and the dumbbells are going to swing between the legs, overhead. Okay, so I'll show you from the side. So the important part here is getting the dumbbells from the ground to overhead, particularly if this is really heavy. So again, I do the burpee, okay? When I jump back forward, I want my feet a little wider so I have room to bring the dumbbells between my legs. Notice I have a nice flat back. And so when I start, the first thing I want to do is bring the dumbbells back to load my hamstrings and hips, and then I'm going to explode. And as the dumbbells are coming up, I keep them close to my body, and here's the press. Okay? What you don't want to do is load and swing them way out in front of you because it's going to be hard to get them back over your head. So you want to explode and then try to keep it close to you so you're going to feel that press at the top. All right, so it looks like this. Okay, so there's a little bit of timing in there. If you're using really light dumbbells, you can cheat that a little bit and go straight up, use your legs, and drive straight up from there if they're light enough. But most people, if it's heavy, they have to kind of load their hips back a little more. Okay, so only 6 of those, but those are really tiring. So that's your conditioning for today. Let's talk about the finisher. All right, guys, we have a full accessory work finisher today. 3 movements, 3 rounds. This is for quality, not for time, okay? So if you're new to something, start light and then build up each round. The dumbbell tate press. So it's going to be 12 reps of these. Okay, you're going to set up just like a bench press, so feet are on the ground, butts in contact with the bench at all times. You start with the dumbbells over your head, and this is where it becomes different than a regular bench press. You're going to drop the dumbbells down, arms stay perpendicular to the elbows, go straight out, and then you press back up. All right, so it's just down to the chest, press back up. All right, you can do this 12 reps. Again, if you've never done it before, do a few warm-up reps, see what feels right, and then feel free to add weight as you go. Good control throughout for 12. From there, we're going to go to a very challenging movement, a classic core hip flexor developer called the Pike Leg Raise. So seated position, legs straight. You're going to lift for 25 reps. So this is really hard. If you need to lean back, that makes it a little bit easier, but really work on keeping your legs locked. Don't bend your knees at all. If you go further forward with your hands, that gets really hard really fast. But again, work on really lifting them as high as you can. Okay, remember the distance and angle of your hip, or where you lean your torso, will change the difficulty. 25 reps. Okay, from there we go to the rings for a ring row. And we're going to do some tempo work. So for this is going to be 12 reps again. Every rep is going to have a 2-second tempo with 1 second pause at either end. So it looks like this. Find an angle that you're comfortable with, all right? Easier or harder. It's going to be 1 1,000, 2 1,000, pause for 1, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, pause for 1. Okay? So these are sneaky when you're trying. It's like, oh, the first few reps feel easy, but by those last few reps can get pretty tough. So change the angle as needed. Good control. 3 rounds through those 3 movements, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.